Welcome back to Licensed and Unsupervised with
Naomi and Beckee.
We Are Here.
We're getting our sound together.
We are. Hopefully we sound, this is the best one yet. I just can
Yes.
feel it.
Yes, I also hope that it is the best one yet.
Yeah.
You need to turn this way.
Yes, keep your spit shield there. I have a fluffy microphone. If you can see, mine looks
Yes.
like the Lorax if you happen to be.
I love it.
If you,
It's really cute. So, we are doing a social media challenge with our team right now.
yes.
And one of the videos you posted in our group really, I've really contemplated it a lot because I've been doing hair for 20 years and I've said like 100 times I wear all black. I just wear all black and I've always worn all black.
Yeah.
And the first two salons I worked at, I had to wear black.
Mm-hmm.
And then you posted a video that actually rooted someplace interesting.
Yeah.
So,
And just for my context, I did not wear black. I don't even think I owned a pair of black jeans until I started. Well, maybe early on, but then not until I started working for Paul Mitchell, and they have a strict like black,
Okay.
white, gray dress code for their educators.
that's super interesting.
And the only thing that I got to wear that was fun is educators got to wear fun colored shoes if they wanted. A lot of people did not though, so you might not ever know that, but that was a part of like our contract. And so you better believe
Oh.
me, with all the color, was taking full advantage of that. But
Mhm.
anyway, so I, like you, also thought like they're just trying to stifle us. They don't want us to,
Yeah.
and just thought it was like from maybe a place of control over what I don't know. And uniformity goes a long way in a business,
Sure.
I think, to
I
a
would
degree.
agree.
I feel like I see both sides of this. But the video that I came across, I was not aware of as well. And it was our lovely all hail Vidal Sassoon. If you want an interesting path to go down, learn, like, Vidal Sassoon is basically why we are sitting here and able to sit here.
100%.
Truly. Like
Yes.
one of, I mean,
Yeah.
but large portion. But basically, what I learned was that, back in the day, Vidal Sassoon had his huge salon, and he, everyone just wore what they wanted to wear, whatever. And people viewed the hairstylists kind of like rock stars. They were super
Mhm.
fashion forward. So they always had on the most fashionable things. And one day he said he looked out on the salon floor with like his 50 plus chairs or whatever it was. And he was just wondering, he's like, I don't know how, like, I want every guest in the chair to feel like this. So how can I adjust that? And the adjustment was I make everyone wear black because the rock stars are not the stylists. They indeed need to be the guests.
Right.
And that's where that came from,
I
which is awesome.
love it. I loved it so much.
Yes.
Because I like wore black in beauty school and everything else.
Mhm.
And then when it came for the bridal team, I was like, we need to wear all black for bridal because we can't, it's not about us. It's about
100%.
them.
Yeah.
And so I think that hearing this, it was validating
Yeah. Yeah.
to the fact that like that's how I viewed it, but I had no idea. I guess I always thought like, oh, get color on it, and that makes sense.
I think that's what a lot of us thought. I mean, I had hairstylists that have been doing hair longer than me that told me that, like,
Mhm.
oh, it's like our uniform, it's our whatever. I
Right.
mean, now when you've done like backstage work or bridal, you understand it has the deeper meaning because it's not about you, and you don't, you're just
Mhm.
blending in with the scenery.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I see both sides of it though, because I also would say, since I like learned that, I felt guilty for my choices this week.
Same.
I was like, but I love it. And but I don't know. This is a good question. If you are a client, not someone who is a stylist,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on what your hairstylist wears?
Right.
Because also we've entered a new era. There are a lot of people who really want someone that is super polished, has on the heels, has the belt buckle, all the whatever. And then there's other people who are like, I don't care if she's in leggings and whatever.
Yeah.
And I think there's a range of anyone in between. So,
Well, and I think when I did a poll to like assess whether or not we should have or should not have a dress code, I polled like the general public in our area and like Facebook groups and stuff.
hmm,
And that general answer was to be professional is what they're hoping for,
yeah,
but that's not defined.
no.
So
I mean,
like
not really.
no, not
No.
for us. So like
Yeah.
what professional means to one person is not the same as what it means to somebody else.
Right.
And so
Right.
like I think that's what makes it difficult, And I think that one of the things that I saw yesterday a salon owner was saying, we don't have a dress code. We want you to dress for yourself, but we also want you to elevate it beyond what you would wear in front of your friends.
Mm,
And I was like, okay, I liked how they put that.
I like that.
Like
And I'm assuming they mean, like, in front of your friends, like, if you were
at a backyard
feeling,
barbecue.
like, cozy, comfy, not,
Yeah.
like, out to dinner with your friends.
Right, right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
can
like,
see that, yeah. And like you
you
said, better than a barbecue. That's what our handbook says,
yes.
which is amazing.
Because honestly, I feel like what I had an educator ask me this, like, what happens if you're like your idol in hairdressing walks in one day
Mhm.
and you weren't prepared? Are you prepared? Because like if you didn't do your hair that day or you didn't put on makeup that day, like, are you gonna get caught that way? Like,
Right.
I don't want that.
I have, I was that educator.
Oh no.
Well, because I just wanted because that was a real thing that happened at our school, like, not necessarily hair idol, but sometimes maybe, they
Right.
would forget if we had a guest speaker or something, and then, like, they would have opportunity to always go and talk to these people, and, then they'd
Yeah.
be scrambling in the morning trying to get ready, and or salon owners would just pop in randomly to kinda walk around the clinic floor and, like, see who the new talent is, et cetera,
Yeah.
and, if you came and you just look sloppy or you're
Yeah.
just wearing, yeah, sure you're in dress code technically, but you're not like put together. I mean, we do hair. We're essentially in the fashion world. Would you go
Mhm.
buy like if you walked into Gucci or somewhere and
Yeah.
someone was wearing biker shorts or whatever and didn't have their hair and makeup on, would you want to purchase from them? Probably not.
You would question it, I
Yeah,
feel
I
like.
feel like you would. I know, but then
Yeah.
this also, do you feel you? I feel like you probably feel the way I feel. It broaches like a weird feeling inside because as
Mhm.
a society, we have moved into like super self-acceptance, which is amazing, and I'm not saying we should
Yes.
not go there. So like the feeling like you have to wear makeup and you have to have your hair done and you have to look a certain way. I think we're healing, right? We
Mhm.
are healing that part of it, but then there is a very valid like professionalism of things, and I don't know, sometimes I feel odd in my soul about some of it, and I don't know how to feel about it.
Same. And I think that actually leads into one of the subjects that they had asked us is like, how has everything changed in the 20 years we've been doing it? Because
Jeez,
that's really what
oil.
we're talking about here, right? Like, um, I know who Vidal Sassoon was, you know who Vidal Sassoon
Yeah.
was, but we have to teach our apprentices who that was because that's not a common name anymore.
No.
But like,
Right?
that was like the god of hairdressing.
Mhm.
So the fact that they don't know brings me sadness.
I mean, yeah.
um, because we wouldn't have our jobs today without him. Now, granted, if he wouldn't have changed the pace, someone else would have.
Mhm.
I mean, we're humans, we're gonna evolve and
Right.
change and whatever. But him and Paul Mitchell together, actually, which is why I think it's cool. And I think, that their school is still all black because it's
Mhm.
probably from that old school same thought process of making the guest the rock star.
For sure. I mean, yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Fun fact, do you know, why their original package, because they just have went in the last, what, 5-ish years
Hmm.
through a huge rebranding multiple times, Paul Mitchell has,
Okay.
of their packaging, but, the original packaging was just, like, black and white,
Yeah.
and then, when different lines came out, they gave it, like, a different colored top, but that was
Yes.
it. Do you know the why behind that?
No.
Because it was the cheapest and they couldn't afford other things. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my gosh, I
Right.
love that.
Like, it wasn't because they were like, "Oh, we want it to look so sleek and whatever." No, it was just a simple white bottle with a black wording was the cheapest thing the manufacturer could do at the time, and so they did that.
Oh my gosh. I feel I love that. I
I
did
know.
not know that.
Yeah,
Interesting. There's a lot of shifts happening in our product lines right now.
there are.
I'm not
Well,
sure.
product in general. I mean, back in the day,
Mhm.
we were probably looked at as rock stars, not just because we could do the hair, but we had access.
Mm.
We were the only ones with true access
We
to
had
these
like a
products.
backstage pass.
Yeah. I mean, that was a part of it. I remember getting
Mhm.
my, when I was in school and learning that, oh, now I can purchase products from these people. And like you had to show your, enrollment paper. And after so many days, you got to go and purchase product at the special place. And then when you graduated and got your license, you like get in the club basically. And
Nice.
now it's all over the internet. And whether it's real stuff or not, I think sometimes it is. I used to really be on the hill of like, it's not like it's got to be like someone stole the packaging,
Yeah.
there was a breach in whatever, or, I don't know, and someone's just trying to make money. And
Yeah.
that does happen a lot still.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like maybe some of it is real and it's just out there accessible to everyone.
I do think that I was just having tea with a friend and they were talking about the exclusivity contracts.
Mhm.
So, and I like just opened up a different part of my thought process of the fact that like the brands go from like one distributor to another distributor or
Right.
whatever else. And then, so what happens right now, Kevin Murphy is like getting some heat because they are selling in Salon Centric.
Mm.
So why does anyone care? Well, L'Oreal owns Salon Centric. So the narrative, which is potentially not true, and I don't actually know, but
Right.
the narrative is that L'Oreal purchased Kevin Murphy. Now, I don't actually think that's what happened.
What do you think happened?
I think that the exclusivity contract was up at um at the distributor, and so then the other distributor was able to say, "Well, I'll sell it. I'll do it. I'll sell more."
Huh.
And so then
You're
they,
probably right.
so now they're not exclusive to Premiere anymore because
Mhm.
they were,
With Premiere.
yeah. And they are still available through Premiere,
Yeah.
which is how I know that they're not owned by L'Oreal. Because if they were owned by L'Oreal, they would have to be only at Salon Centric, I believe.
This is interesting. This brings up another I don't know the full answers to that. I think
I
there's more to it. There's more bunny trails. The reason I say that is because for a long time, Kenra was not at Salon Centric. They were
Okay.
only at Cosmoprof.
Okay.
And then now they're at Salon Centric, but they're still at Cosmoprof.
Interesting.
I know. So
So
I
their
don't know.
exclusivity
They don't,
contracts
yeah.
somewhere.
I think it's all just it's all a ploy to make money at the end of the day, which,
Mm-hmm.
okay, cool. We all want to make money.
Sure.
I just, back in the day, it was like basically direct to us.
Mm-hmm.
And then us, we had the opportunity as the professional to make money off of it because that was the point. Now it goes through like, if not just one in the middle, two at least in the
Right.
middle.
Right.
So it gets watered down and diluted in terms of not the product necessarily. I'm just
Right.
talking cost to where
Yeah.
we're not making any money on selling it in the salon
Uh-huh.
in a lot of ways.
Yes. Yes. And it's frustrating because like they were, like you said, they were exclusive where they were only selling to the
Yeah.
businesses and now they're selling direct to consumer. And so
Right.
we're literally competing with them instead of collaborating with them.
Yeah.
Whereas before, at the beginning of our careers, we were collaborating with brands and working with a brand meant that you had a seat at the table. And I don't think that that's the case anymore. I think that if
Mhm.
you work for a brand now, like traditional corporate brand,
You
you're
just
just
do
a
what they say.
soldier of the business.
100%.
And it just wasn't like that before. Education is
No.
different now. I mean, that's one of the reasons why you like to be non-branded. And
Yeah.
I personally like to be non. I've never educated with a brand
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. I mean, there's pros and cons. I mean, I don't mind because at the core of hair, like the principles are the principles, right?
Sure.
Color theory is color theory. Cutting principles are cutting principles. Like no matter which way you cut and slice it, rename it, call it whatever, it is what it is.
Right.
But when it comes to product selection and chemical selection and different things, that's where you're like, well, okay, like you want me to sit here and say that this is the best goddess thing ever. And it's great in its own
Mhm.
right, but it's not the only thing that exists. And it's not, I just think it does a disservice if it's a branded school and they're not setting the stylist up for the most success in terms of when they get out in the real world. Because
Mhm.
if they would have to stay with that brand, and I experienced that with students, like a lot of fear, like, well, they only use Matrix or they only use Redken and I would have to like constantly go back to the drawing board. I'm like, well, they are going to provide you education on that. And the color theory stays the same, but
Right.
there's a big fear around that. And I even experienced it a little bit myself. I used early on, I went from like Schwarzkopf to Matrix to several, Wella, and then landed. My aunt was like huge Redken. She had a big Redken contract, but we also had tons of different products.
Mhm.
But when I was going back to school to get my instructor license, debating between which school to go and do that in,
Yeah.
I was terrified of Paul Mitchell because I was like, I don't know this color. I've never used this color. But there was another school that used Redken, and it was my comfort zone. And I went
Mm,
in the opposite of my comfort zone.
I
and
think that's great.
I'm glad I did. I'm
Yeah.
really glad I did. But yeah, the other thing I was gonna say about products, like I remember graduating and I remember even being taught this in school. They're like, you stand to make money, not just doing the services by behind the chair on the hair, but you stand to make money with the products. And why is
Correct.
that important? And you were taught business strategies on
Mhm.
that. And what it was back then was like, if you are buying this product for $10, you are selling it for 20. It was 50% markup always.
Yeah.
And now I don't even know if it's 20 in some cases. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
It's not even like
I know, like
10. Yeah.
we used to as a salon give away 20% for retail sales. Um, and that's not even possible anymore because we don't even have the
No,
profit margin to provide that.
I know. It's
And
crazy.
yeah, and even like Euphoria, we sold Euphoria forever, and they're direct, so we order directly from them. Our
Right.
clients can order directly from them.
Right.
They had a killer Black Friday sale that everyone was pissed about because they sold their product less than what we could sell it for. And so it's like, I'm not going into debt for you to make money.
Right.
And so that's
Right.
ultimately what the pattern, like what the process was turning into,
Mhm.
because it shifted. And like we've talked about before, that slow shift of things, all of a sudden it was like, wait a minute, I am literally buying product, selling it, and then buying it again. And there's no money actually being exchanged here. Like
No.
it's literally just I'm buying it, hoping to sell it. If I don't sell it, then I still have to buy more. I have to buy the other one. What if they like that one?
Mhm.
And then like, okay, but I saw this on like TikTok and I love it
Right.
and it was $12. And I'm like, great. I mean, use it. Wonderful.
Right.
Great. But like that's not what I'm selling here. And so switching to the retail we have now, I mean, I don't know that it's working. I don't know that it's not working, but I don't know that there's a
I think it's a better option. I
yeah.
think it's a more better option. Um, yeah, I mean, we have what ours is now. We have minis more so than full
Mhm.
size, and we have some full size.
Yeah.
But the minis provide the opportunity for people to spend a little less and then not have that commitment.
Mhm.
Um, and then go from there. And then they have the QR code with them if
Yeah.
they want to purchase a full size, and have it shipped directly to them.
Yeah, but ultimately we've trained them all and the society has trained them all that they can just go to Ulta.com or to Sephora.com or wherever and just order it for themselves.
Amazon.com.
Amazon. Yes. And so like to change their pattern,
Yeah,
it's going to take time. So I feel like we went from like one model and then it's not working and then now this one might work, but we need more time to get everyone to understand what's happening.
agreed. And do you think, I don't know if there's any link to this or not, but I think that a possible link could be to how often people come to their salon.
Yeah.
Like that
Yes.
shifted. Like people used to come way more regular, even if it was
Yes.
a haircut, like the precision short haircuts. They didn't want it to be any type of grown out, any type of anything. Precision haircuts, the gray root retouches. 2 to
Yeah.
3 weeks, I had some that I was, like, doing I would do a
Yeah.
full retouch, and then, like, in 2 to 3 weeks, I would do the little front dab,
Uh-huh.
because people didn't wanna walk around like that, so then I'm saying all that to say they were there more regular, so
Mhm.
then grabbing the product felt more easy, just like now, it's more easy to do it online because they're not in the building as much,
Right.
potentially.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. Some guys still are, I
Yeah.
think, and some people still are. I'm not saying there aren't.
Sure.
I'm just saying, I don't know if you
It's
looked at the
not the
numbers
same.
totally, and even to that point, holiday time, like people didn't just come in to get their color and their cut. They came in like they planned all their visits because they wanted their hair curled perfectly or an up style because there were more formal parties to go to. There were more events that they might have
Yeah.
even been hosting at their house, but it was more formal type. And they would come and get their hair done for their holiday. So when
Yeah.
October rolled around, they're like, okay, I need these 6 dates for the next whatever from
Right.
one person. I don't,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, you're not, and I mean, I hate to talk about COVID, but ultimately
But
that's
that's a
just the
super reality.
catalyst that like that changed it. I mean, we were
Hmm.
all forced to be comfortable with our roots, with our lack of extensions, with all the things. And so it was like, okay, well, if I'm comfortable now, then like
Right.
now who cares? My husband, has talked about this before. So before COVID, he had to dress up. He had to actually wear like a tie to work.
Okay.
He doesn't. He wears jeans and a whatever, not a hoodie, but
Wait, did
like
he get to wear jeans before too?
no,
And now they've shifted all the way to that?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, because they just went so casual that
Wow.
it was like we just need everyone to show up, just come, like
They're like, "We'll take you as is, but we need you back in person, please.
yeah.
Let's make it easy."
So I think
Huh.
that's what it was like we need
Huh.
everyone to come back, so just come back as you are, and like also like people didn't dress up in Zoom calls anymore. It didn't matter. You were at home. Everyone was at home.
And everyone knew
So
you were at home.
everyone knew
Yeah.
you were at home. You didn't have to do like it did create a different acceptance of a lower standard.
It did, but also I would say I know some people who work from home, like they
Mhm.
have the capacity, they work from home, they maybe travel for work from time to time. And like I have a friend whose son is working for the company and he works from home as well,
Okay.
but like they had to like go back, like he graduated, he was a senior in the COVID
Mhm.
years. So then like imagine your
Oh,
college years, like number one, you get more casual in college anyway.
sure.
And so then they had to go back. They're like, no, but you're going to have this meeting on Zoom. Yes, you're on Zoom, but like you're going to be meeting with so and so and so and so. Like you need, so there is like
Yeah.
like get your suit out, pull your tie out, pull your this. Like there is in some cases like you know, I don't know.
Mhm.
And I float between the two because I don't know. I think I just like fashion in general.
Well, yeah, I
I like to look cute,
mean
whether I'm like super casual or super dressed up. And I like all of that for everyone in between.
yeah, same. Well, and I had a really hard time removing the dress code. I had a dress code forever.
Here,
Yeah.
what was it? Black,
Yeah, I
which is
mean,
fine.
yeah, it was black when we first
Yeah.
opened, and then, it shifted to just, like, business casual.
Okay, but wait, when it was black, what was it like when it before it shifted to business casual? Was it like no jeans?
Yes,
Okay.
no jeans.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
And then it was jeans
Yeah.
with heels at the last one salon I worked at. You could only wear jeans if you wore heels. Could you imagine if I told any of these people that work here that they can wear jeans if they wear heels?
Well, you would start a revolt.
I would start a riot for sure.
My cousin, oh my God, that woman, she worked in heels in the early 2000s with like two of her pregnancies. Like it was nothing.
Yeah.
I could not do that at that point. I had heels, but not like hers. Hers, I'm talking like a pump heel,
Yeah,
like a whoo.
I never did hair in that. I was always a little overweight. Like,
Okay.
always. Like, I had and I just realized this, like, a few days ago, actually. I was looking at old pictures, and I was like, "Holy shit, I was pretty heavy for a good amount of time there, and I didn't pay attention. I mean, lives
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, like, I gained 100 pounds when I had my son, and I just held on to it for, like, the last almost 20 years. Yeah, I know,
I
and
feel
so,
like I've
like
seen pictures of you and I would not say that. Well, to me, it didn't look like that. That's all I'm
sure.
saying.
I
Yeah.
mean, there was one summer that I did a 5K and I lost a bunch of weight and gained it all right back. So, like, there was like 5 minutes where I was a little bit thinner in there, but that was it.
Huh.
Yeah. And so being a little bit heavier, and then I had foot surgery. So, like, feet have always been like, I've always been very concerned about them. I
I
had foot
mean,
surgery when Tyler was 2.
mm.
That's actually how I quit smoking.
Oh, because did you have to have it? Wait, you had to not be able to like the smoking thing before you have a surgery, right? I don't know fully what
Correct.
it is, but
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
So what had happened was I smoked for 13 years, couldn't quit when I had my son.
I
Like,
didn't know that either.
yeah, so I smoked for 13 years, never quit while I was pregnant with him, which
Uh-huh.
is one of the things that I talk about, like I thought I can control his pregnancy because he came early and it was probably because I smoked cigarettes. Well, so he's around 2 years old and I'm getting ready to have foot surgery. And it was a bilateral bunionectomy, which from what I understand, they don't do anymore, which is doing both your feet at once because then you can't
Because
motherfucking
you
walk.
can't do anything at all.
Like, why
And you
did
had
I
a
decide to do
2-year-old.
that with a 2-year-old? I know. I clearly hated myself.
No thanks.
Yeah, so I'm crawling around the house with a 2-year-old. Anyways, I digress. I'm just like still
Do you ever
thinking
just
about
have
that.
like times? Yeah, like this is a story for you. This is your story, but I'm like having the biggest empathy because you just have times where you're like, I fucking did that. Oh my God.
Yes.
What was I thinking?
I don't know. Well, what
Anywho.
happened was she told me, so this foot doctor was like, how's the other one feel? because it was
Oh,
my feet were born this way.
yeah.
So it was like the bunion, I was born with it. So it wasn't something that developed over time. It was something where
Okay.
my bones were born that way. And so, like, this was a surgery I was going to have regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And so she goes, "How's the other one feel?" And I said, "It hurts sometimes." She goes, "You need to tell me it hurts a lot." And I was like, "Okay, it hurts a lot." And she was like, "Let's do them both then." I said, "Okay." She goes, "Because if you do one, I don't know that you'll come back and do a second one." And I was like, "Well, now I don't want to do
Oh,
them at all." So anyway, so I'm back to me quitting smoking. So it's like 3 days before my surgery, and I have a 2-year-old, and I decide I should read the paperwork, right? So I I read the paperwork, and it says I can't smoke, and I'm like, that's stupid. That's stupid. I'm gonna keep smoking. I smoked through my whole pregnancy, and everything was fine. That's not what happened. But anyways,
mm-hmm.
so I read the paper. So I continue reading, and it tells me that, like, I'm like, why can I not smoke? So now I'm on a deep dive trying to
Uh-huh.
figure out why I can't smoke during this surgery. And it's because of your blood vessels contracting and not contracting when you have nicotine or something in your system. And basically, you could die,
Yeah.
like, of blood clots or lack thereof, something having to do with your blood. I don't know. All I know is I went outside and smoked one last cigarette and vomited and have never smoked a cigarette since.
And you vomited
Yeah.
when it, huh?
I smoked that last cigarette, vomited, and I like the thought that I could die on the table for my 2-year-old was too much.
Hmm. Well, I mean, good,
Yeah.
I
I
guess.
haven't smoked a cigarette since.
That's great.
Yeah, he's 17.
That's wonderful.
But that's why I quit smoking, and I quit cold turkey, and I never had any issues, and I've never wanted another one since.
That's awesome.
It was just that was my time to quit smoking. Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
I did not. One time in 7th grade.
7th grade?
Yeah, girl, 7th grade.
So you're like 12 years old.
Yep. And
Okay.
you want to hear it's so dumb. I'm so
Yes,
dramatic.
I do want to hear it.
So I wanted to be cool. I mean, did you know I almost joined a gang?
No.
Yeah, okay, I
Okay.
did. Like,
I mean,
I grew up in a place. So anyway, I wanted to be super cool, right? And I was not
Mhm.
super cool because I didn't look like really a lot of people around me.
Okay.
Not at school so much, but like where I grew up. Like I had to get on the bus with everyone else. And so, yeah, anyway, I was trying to just fit in
Okay.
and survive. And so this kid was like, "Yeah, you want to I heard you want to smoke a cigarette. I have one. Like, meet me outside,
Mhm.
behind the building of the freaking school." He hands me a cigarette. I mean, I think we did like half of it, and I thought I was going to die. Number one, I hated how my mouth tasted, hated how I smelled. And
Mhm.
then I was paranoid and I had basketball practice. So I go into basketball practice and I'm running, and I was thinking, I was convinced I was dying right then. I thought I had
Oh,
lung
boy.
cancer.
One cigarette caused.
Half, not even one. And then it gets better. I kept the thing. I literally kept it.
Oh.
And I brought it home and put it in my jewelry box. Like a whole year goes by. My freaking sister, nosy butt, finds it, brings it to my parents. I naturally lie and blame it on her.
Yes.
To this
Obviously.
day. To this day. And she's like almost 5 years younger than me. So here I am trying to say that, this grade schooler has this cigarette. So, yeah, I lie. And to this day, she's like, "Remember when you told mom and dad that was my cigarette?" And I was like, "I sure do. And I would do it again." I mean, they did not believe me at all. And I was
Obviously.
still whatever. But then it became this whole discussion. But I was like, "Listen, you don't even understand. I hated every second of it. I was convinced I was going to die. Like, cigarettes were not for me." But you want to know what I was truly addicted to?
What?
Oh, Diet Coke.
Really?
Oh my God. To date. You don't.
I did not know.
All right. Well, until next time, this has been licensed and unsupervised with
Naomi and Beckee.